All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the biggest, most critical issues facing pretty much anyone in the tech world right now, the IT skills gap. And look, this is way more than just some corporate buzzword. It's a real thing that's totally reshaping careers. So let's break down what it actually is, and more importantly, what you can do about it. I mean, does this question hit home for you? Because if you're in IT, you've almost certainly felt it. That feeling like the ground is just constantly shifting under your feet. New tech, new demands. It can feel like you're running a race that you just can't win. Trust me, you are not alone. And this feeling, it's really the heart of the problem we're going to unpack today. So let's really start by digging into the problem itself. What exactly is this widening chasm that we all keep hearing about? At its core, the skills gap is a pretty simple mismatch. You've got companies on one side who are desperate for people with these highly advanced, really specific skills. And then on the other side, you have the available workforce, which just hasn't caught up yet. It's this fundamental disconnect between what's needed and what's available that's creating some huge challenges. So why is this happening? What's causing this giant gap? Well, honestly, it's kind of like a perfect storm. First, you had the Great Resignation, which completely shuffled the deck and left all these senior roles wide open. Then, boom, at the exact same time, technology just exploded. We're talking the super fast emergence of AI and machine learning, brand new cybersecurity threats popping up constantly, and cloud infrastructure evolving faster than any university program can possibly keep up with. And here's the thing you have to understand. This isn't just some HR problem. Oh no. When a company can't find the right cybersecurity expert, it is left completely vulnerable to attack. When they can't hire the AI developers they need, their innovation just grinds to a halt. This gap has very real, very serious consequences for the entire economy. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a big one. But now, let's pivot and talk about the solution. What are these skills that companies are so desperately searching for? The answer? Well, it might actually surprise you a little. We are seeing this huge shift in what companies value. It used to be that if you could code, you were golden, you were set. But today, that's just the price of admission. The new demand is for a blend. You absolutely still need the technical chops, but they have to be paired with what we're now calling power skills. So what in the world are power skills? Don't make the mistake of thinking these are just the fluffy, soft skills of the past. Nope. We're talking about the hardcore ability to think critically under pressure, the adaptability to completely pivot when the tech changes overnight, and the capacity for some seriously complex problem solving. These are the skills that separate the good from the absolutely indispensable. And let's be crystal clear about another game changer, data literacy. This is not just for data scientists anymore. It doesn't matter if you're in networking, development, or security. You have to be able to understand, interpret, and actually leverage data to make decisions. It's become the new universal language of the tech world. And then on top of all those foundational skills, you've got these incredible niche specializations that are just exploding. We're talking about things like knowing the fundamentals of quantum computing, understanding how to develop AI ethically, which is huge, and being able to actually build on the next generation of the internet with Web3. This is the real cutting edge. But look, this massive challenge, it can't just fall on the shoulders of individuals. The industry itself has a huge role to play here. So the question becomes, how can companies step up and actually help build the bridge over this gap? And this is a really key takeaway. The burden is not all on you, the employee or the job seeker. This is a systemic issue, plain and simple. And that means it means a systemic, industry-wide response. Companies are finally waking up to the fact that they can't just post a job and pray that the perfect candidate magically appears. So here's the playbook for the smart companies. Number 1, invest in your own people. Upskill and reskill them. Number 2, build your own talent from the ground up with really strong apprenticeship and mentorship programs. And number 3, stop complaining that graduates don't have the right skills and start actually working with schools to build a curriculum that reflects what the industry actually needs. It all boils down to the simple truth, right? Investing in your people is investing in your future. The companies that are going to win in the long run won't just have the coolest tech. They'll have the best learners. That is the ultimate competitive strategy. So, with all of that on the table, let's bring it back to you. We've talked about the problem, we've talked about the industry's role. Now, what's your personal roadmap for not just surviving, but actually thriving in this completely new landscape? This right here is the new golden rule. The whole idea of learning a skill and then just coasting on it for 20 years, It's over. Done. Lifelong continuous learning isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's an absolute, non-negotiable requirement for staying relevant, period. Okay, so here's your game plan, your personal action plan. First, you've got to adopt that agile lifelong learning mindset. Second, you have to become a trend spotter. Keep your eyes peeled for what's just around the corner. Third, be intentional about getting the skills you need. Don't just sit back and wait for someone to train you. And finally, and this is a big one, double down on those human power skills. You know, the creativity, the critical thinking, the communication, because I'm telling you, automation can never replicate that. And that is such a powerful idea to hold on to. Think about it. As machines and AI get better and better at all the routine technical stuff, our uniquely human abilities, our creativity, our intuition, our knack for solving those messy, complex problems, they don't just stay relevant. They become our greatest, most powerful competitive advantage. So we're going to end on this question. The skills gap is real. It's here, and it's creating both massive challenges and unbelievable opportunities. The choice of which side you're going to land on, the side with skills that are becoming obsolete or the side with the in-demand expertise of the future, well, that choice is entirely up to you.